Welcome everybody to another BDA Boxing podcast, special Sunday Easter edition. This is Mr. BDA with you. King Bucho, my co-host, will be joining us shortly. He's just sorting a couple of things out. Short little podcast today. We do have other things to take care of. But thank you for joining us. Lots to talk about in a short period of time. On this we're not even supposed to be broadcasting today, by the way. This is fucking Sunday. And I shouldn't be swearing on a Sunday either. But hey, what do you want from me? I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room right now. Shepherd the Sons, Mateus Lise, Endgame, New Day, Michael, and it is a new day by the way. Michael Stock, Zapata Boxing, Azzy, Subash, Kunwar, Tel J, The Quags, Shepherd the Sons, Chris K, and many more to come, I am sure. Thank you for joining us. People are saying can's done. Alright, you know what? Like I said, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes and check out our Twitter page, where you can check out Bucho's comedy stylings. And we're going to talk a little bit boxing here about what happened. New Day says Happy Easter BDA. Absolutely. Happy Easter to everybody. Even to the infidels, the heathens, the non-believers. Jesus said, love thy enemies, even if they are dirty pagans. And so I love you. Not that much as Jesus would, because, I'm not Jesus. So you can go fuck yourself so you don't like that. Listen, point is, let's talk real quick about Amir Khan and Terence Crawford. The headline from Boxing Scene reads, Crawford drops Khan, gets TKO in the 6th after Hunter stops it. For those of you that don't know, Virgil Hunter that is Khan's trainer. Weird scenario. Khan was doing okay. Yeah, he got dropped in the first round, not really all that surprised. And Crawford just did his thing. He tried to lure him into a counterpunch, just like I predicted. Not that I want to toot my own horn, because a lot of people predicted that. It was just common sense. And Khan at some point started to try to get Crawford to come to him. And he did land a couple of good shots, Khan. Crawford came in with his chin up in the air, head in the same place, doesn't really move it. But then the ending, Crawford started to turn it on. Khan was staying right there with him, landing shots. Not as hard as Crawford's, but still nevertheless landing clean. All of a sudden, Crawford hits Khan low. Khan goes to his corner. Virgil Hunter comes in, and he says, my guy can't continue. Now, some people are saying it's poetic justice, or irony, however you want to define it, that a low blow would ruin his fighter's chances. Because after all, it was Virgil Hunter who went after, or who sicked his dog, Andrew Ward, on Sergey Kovalev with those low blows in the rematch. Some people are saying, hey, what goes around comes around. I'm not ready to say that. I will say Khan put on a good show. He tried. Crawford, though, I gotta tell you something. I'm not a big fan of him. I'm not a big fan of showboating, especially during a fight, especially when a guy's already getting the best of the other guy. And the whole sticking the tongue out, his trainer, the one that's obese, talking shit during the rounds to the camera. I mean, that whole team reeks of overconfidence. And I don't know, maybe it's apropos that it's Easter right now, but you have to remember Luke 14:11, for all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. And there is very little humility in Terence Crawford's corner. But then again, this isn't Bible study. Him and his trainers can be as confident as they want, as brash as they want, as obnoxious as they want. At the end of the day, what they want is the win, and they got that win. But you do have to wonder, though, is this a good thing for Terence Crawford? Because I couldn't stop talking about it on last night's episode about what he had to do what did Crawford have to do in order to one-up Errol Spence? Because both of those guys, Errol Spence against Garcia and Crawford against Khan, were in lose-lose situations. They were supposed to win, and they had to win in an impressive fashion. Spence couldn't quite stop the smaller Garcia, and Crawford couldn't quite, he got the stoppage win officially, But he didn't really fucking flatten Khan the way we expect the number one pound for pound fighter in the world to do. And I'm not saying he's pound for pound number one, by the way, but I'm just saying some people, and I'm one of the guys in this podcast that's pretty high on Terence Crawford. Don't get me wrong, but we did see him get touched up last night. We did see him when he tried to finish Khan, jumping in with his chin up in the air. Not exactly the stuff that is going to help him against a guy like Terence Crawford, against Errol Spence or Keith Thurman or Sean Porter, maybe even Yordanis Ugas. Then again, who knows who? Some people were saying in the chat room that he's going to fight Luis Colasso next. Please don't tell me that's right. Because Luis Colasso is a tough fighter, but at this point, Terence Crawford is cream of the crop material, and I don't want to see him taking on a guy like Colasso. Again, no disrespect to Colasso, but he's not even the top 10 welterweights right now. Now, if they can't find him any other opponent, top 10, it's stay busy fight, fine, get him that. Speaking of that, Bob Arum is saying, he's 87 years old, by the way. He's attacking Al Haymon, he says, and that he wanted to talk about Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, blah, blah, blah. A visibly angry Arum made it known to the press, at least according to him, that the only reason Crawford Spence hasn't happened and won't happen is because the notoriously private Haymon won't allow it. And then he went on to say that there's some racism involved. He says, because you can hear what he's going to say, Arum told reporters. He's going to say, Spence, listen to me. Don't listen to the white guys, because if you listen to the white guys, they're going to steer you down the road. Listen to me, brother. We're part of a brotherhood. And if I tell you not to fight Crawford, I'm telling you not to fight Crawford. And that's exactly what he's going to say. Let me tell you something. Bob Arum is full of shit, just like Al Haymon is. That's why when people pick sides and go, oh, well, I prefer Al Haymon. Well, I prefer De La Hoya. Well, I prefer Bob Arum. Fuck, these guys are full of shit. Don't forget, Bob Arum was the one that was saying that MMA guys are all a bunch of bold, skinhead neo-Nazis. Well, how can you be a skinhead? Anyway, skinhead neo-Nazis. Homosexual skinheads. I mean, let's not make it out to be like Bob Arum's a saint. But then again, like Bucho titled this episode, we demand Terence Crawford against Errol Spence. That's the fight we want to see. Now, old-ass Bob Arum and notoriously silent, under the radar Al Haymon, they need to get their act together. They need to put their ego aside and say, you know what? We can make a lot of money off of this potential fight. Let's make it happen. Proverbs 11:2 tells us, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Now, you would expect two business-savvy Harvard graduates like Al Haymon and Bob Arum to have a little humility. I haven't seen that, though, lately from them. See what people are saying in the chat room, and I'm waiting for Bucho to come in, because again, we only have about 50 minutes left here, so I want to send the invites right away, get everybody's thoughts on what happened last night. Maybe if we can get to Danny Garcia, who did look impressive against Granados last night. Teofimo Lopez looking good again. Shakur Stevenson not so good. We're gonna talk about that. Let's see what people are saying in the chat room real quick. The Fight Scout says, Khan didn't quit. I'm rewatching the fight and I see no sign of quit, but there are some Terence Crawford superfans out there. Zapata Boxing says, Reverend Semini 8, chapter 7, verse 8 clearly reads, if thy Negro... Okay, what the hell? Ne is able to hit the... Jesus Christ. I don't know what the fuck these people are saying. The Quack says, Michael Stock, that's exactly what I said. He wanted out. Box 88 says, I prefer the top fights. Subhash Kunwar says, Christian BDA. That's right. Magic Man says, BDA prefers Kelly Maloney. Now, that's not true. That's slander, and I'm not going to have it. Butch, are you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fantastically. Okay. All right. You know what, Bucho? Can you send the invites while I'm blabbering on here?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. I think Zapata Boxing wanted one. So, Jay clearly says, New Day, I'm proud of you, brother. G Boogie says Granados was too small for Danny Garcia. Yeah, he really did. I think Granados can still make 140. I think he can still make 140. Anyway, back to Terence Crawford. He needs to tighten up his game a little bit. I spoke of that panache that he has, or that really obnoxious overconfidence a little bit, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's not... Listen, beautiful footwork. He knows how to control the distance, but when he fights a guy like Thurman, who has hand speed, or a guy like Spence, who has good accuracy and good control of the distance as well, I'm hesitant to see what's going to happen, or I'm hesitant to have too much confidence in Terence Crawford, or at least as much as he has on himself. The other thing is, he definitely looked bigger than Khan. I was expecting them to look about the same size. Not only did Terence Crawford look taller, slightly, which might have something to do with the fact that he's a little bit more upright and Khan is a little bit more crouch, but he definitely looked thicker, he looked bigger, and obviously, as we expected, the bigger puncher as well. Alright, see we got Precise on the line. Now you know what that means. Hold on a second. Oh, fuck.
Dependent upon how you interpret the data.
What's up with all the transvestites in Hollywood, though?
Because if you're a postmodernist and you don't have any standards, you're always going to keep moving the goalpost, and you're never going to stick to your own standards because you don't have any standards.
That's right. I gotta stop this short because we got short time here. Precisely there.
Yes, sir. Hello.
All right, good to have you on board, man. Thanks for being on.
Can you hear me okay? I'm not breaking up?
No, you sound fine for the moment.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm just talking about Terence Crawford here. His bizarre win over Amir Khan last night. Not all that unexpected, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say. What did you see? Did you see any weaknesses in Terence Crawford? How do you feel about his overconfidence, his corner's overconfidence? That they're talking between rounds. What did you make of last night?
I feel like he was exposed, and before you say strong words, look, I'm hearing he's number one pound for pound, right? And I did not see that from him. So obviously he whooped Khan's ass. That was a foregone conclusion. But, the boxing world is telling me that this guy is pound for pound number one, and especially his boxing skill. And I just did not see that against Khan. So I got to say he was exposed as, an elite level fighter, but definitely not top 5 pound for pound fighter. I mean, look, when you look at, I felt like we finally got a pretty good measuring stick fight with Amir Khan, because Crawford up until this point has been fighting nobodies, and Khan was that first guy that was a veteran, and we saw him against all kinds of different opponents where we know where Khan stands right now. And I'm sorry, but Terence Crawford did not match up favorably with Danny Garcia, who's not a pound-for-pound fighter, right? And when it comes to like someone like Postol, for example, well, Josh Taylor did a better job with that guy too. So, they're telling me he's pound-for-pound number one, and I'm still waiting to see that. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to say he sucked, because he whooped his ass. No doubt about it. However, I did not see a pound-for-pound fighter. I saw Khan piecing him up, and outboxing him in spots. I wouldn't say that Khan outboxed him in general, but because both guys had their moments. But it was really, he was making Crawford adjust. He was making Crawford go to plan B in like the 3rd round already, and then he was making Crawford go after him and fight him because boxing wasn't working for him. Not the way he wanted it to work, obviously. So, I'm being very harsh on Crawford, obviously. I know people are going to get into their feelings, but you're telling me he's pound for pound number one. I have to put him to that standard, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, because already people are in the chat room are saying, oh, come on, exposed. Because you use the word exposed, some people are getting angry about that.
Oh, they're idiots, so fuck them. Who gives a fuck what they got to say?
I'm not going to let you talk to our listeners like that. I'm not going to let you talk to our listeners like that. But also, Precise, I wanted to ask you, why do you think they pulled Khan out of there? Do you think the writing was on the wall, or?
I think Virgil Hunter is Team America, man. That's why he pulled him out of there. It was, they should have gone to the cards. That should have been standard operating procedure. According to the rules, they should have gone to the cards. But TKO looks a lot better on Terence Crawford, who's this mean guy. He's a huge puncher, the best pound for pound. It looks bad if he doesn't stop Amir Khan. So I think Virgil Hunter pulled him out because he's Team America. He doesn't give a fuck about Amir. Come on.
Team America.
Why is he pulling? If Crawford is telling you I'm done, right? I can't continue anymore. Okay, well then we go to the cards because of an accidental foul. This is what you do. But so why is Virgil pulling him out saying TKO, right? Why is he gifting Terence Crawford a TKO? I don't understand that. It looks better, if he's Team Khan, it looks better for Khan to lose by decision than TKO. Oh, if only on paper, right? But so why would he rob him of losing by a decision, and why would he gift Terence Crawford a TKO? It doesn't make any sense to me, and it reminds me of what Virgil Hunter was saying when he was coaching Andre Berto going into the Mayweather fight. It really seemed like he was just there as a puppet for the other guy, for the other team. And I know it's a conspiracy theory and all that, and people can say whatever the fuck they want to say. He just, in my eyes, he didn't have Amir Khan's best interest at heart, and Khan wasn't getting fucked up. He was actually taking, as the fight wore on, he was taking Crawford shots better and better. He was great, getting stronger. He wasn't winning the fight, but he wasn't in danger of getting knocked out. I didn't see that, so it was the bullshit stoppage. I don't know. Maybe, who knows about Virgil Hunter, man? That dude is weird.
I think that's a bit of an understatement. But yeah, man, I mean, the other thing is the commentator. I want to get into that a little bit more later on if we have the chance, because we, again, limited time and I want to get to everybody here today. But the commentators were really, I was just rewatching the fight right now, a couple of minutes before we went on the air, and Khan landed a good couple of shots at one point, and the commentators didn't say shit. Crawford countered and missed with a counter right hand. And the commentators go, oh, beautiful right hand by Crawford. And it was actually Khan that landed a nice little left hand in there after he threw a 3-punch combination. I got to tell you, the ESPN commentators are really starting to become worse than the last 5 years of HBO. It was ridiculous. And we're going to
I noticed the same thing, man. I noticed the same thing. But I'm going to shut up and let somebody else get their 2 cents.
Well, I want to get into that eventually, because it was really weird last night. By the way, we got Zapata and we got Gonzalo, 2 Mexicans from the LA area. Well, used to be the LA area. Hello, guys, are you there?
San Diego.
San Diego. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, what's up?
Good to have you guys on board. Good to have you guys on board as always. All right, let's get to it, guys. Khan Crawford. Let's start with Zapata, because it's been a while since he hasn't been here. Well, what did you make of last night's fights? Or the main event at least.
I think it's pretty nice, man. I mean, shit, if you look at it from that point of view, it's pretty fucking pretty logical what he said. It looks like fucking I think fucking they're out to build Crawford fucking legacy, you know, and to be quite frank, fucking Crawford is like, to me, I think we're position where he doesn't deserve, you know. But if you compare resumes, Crawford's to Danny Garcia got a better resume. I know it's fucked up to say, but it's true. If we compare resumes, Danny Garcia's got a better fucking resume, and I think it's just bullshit. Me personally, I think Khan should have just gave it up after Canelo. He's been damaged goods. He's had the speed, but I mean that's about it, man. I mean, I wasn't expecting too much of this fight. I thought it was garbage, to be honest with you. But Crawford didn't look too fucking good in there. So that means if you were to get a fucking, maybe even a prime Khan would have fucking took him, you know. But like I said, I think he's damaged goods, and I think this is a fucking bullshit fight, and fucking it's somewhat stupid. But I guess I seen an interview of Khan where he's stating that I guess he got the words mixed up by Virgil Hunter.
Oh, come on.
Saying that if he could continue, and he guess some fucking miss in, I guess, constant. He quit. Me personally, I don't think he quit, because this motherfucker has been in wars, and we've all witnessed that shit. He has been in wars. Me, I'm not a Khan fan. I'm not a Crawford fan, so I'm fucking kind of in the middle here. So, me personally, I don't think dude quit. I think, you know, I think fucking I mean, shit, he might have fucking just, you know.
Yeah. By the way, you're breaking up a little bit. Yeah. You're breaking up, so. I don't know if you want to drop. I don't know. You might want to drop off and come back in.
I'm stealing the neighbor's internet. So.
Are you kidding me?
I'm fucking with you, no.
Well, I don't know, man.
Hey, but
San Diego.
No, we got fucking internet everywhere in this motherfucker.
All right.
Anyways, but let me can I say something real quick? I wanted to touch on something real quick about fucking this video that El Dude. I know this is off topic, and I'm gonna be really fast with this shit, but El Dude made a fucking video where he's talking shit about this platform, saying that I fucking that basically all the Mexicans that are here are fucking traitors, and that how Precise shut down his channel because he ducked fucking El Dude on a debate, and fucking how I'm a fucking fake native. So if that fucking retarded motherfucker, man, is listening, I'm willing to fucking post up my fucking lineage on here, show the pictures. If he shuts his piece of shit channel down,
Oh,
I will fucking expose him.
But nobody
If he
watches his
shuts his
videos,
fucking-
anyways.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, this. I was probably the only person that would even like his shit out of fucking like sympathy, you know. but I know it's fucked up. But he's talking shit. Like what? Something really hurts him about Eastern European fighters. Something really affects him.
he's
You know,
really.
and it's just to the point where I'm willing to come on here and show my fucking paperwork if he shuts this channel down. Otherwise, he needs to shut the fuck up because I'm saying his name, El Dude, El Pendejo Dude, whatever. And then he gets into like this gangbanging mode, which is stupid, you know, because it's like he's got this fucking persona like if he was back in the 70s. Orale, orale.
Yeah, look, listen.
Brown fighter Chicano, eh?
You know what?
Hey, homie, nobody speaks like that no more. You know?
Zapata,
Yeah.
the guy has a chip on his shoulder. Now, in the beginning, when he came at us out of nowhere, it really confused me. I was shell shocked. I was like, "What the fuck?" Now, in hindsight, the guy's got his own issues. He's got to live with his own insecurities. So I'm not gonna badmouth him. I don't care what he says, really. I mean, no disrespect intended, but those type of people, you gotta keep them yards away from you because life's too short to be dealing with that type of stuff. And by the way,
Exactly.
it seems like everybody. It seems like
yeah,
everybody. But I'm just real quick. It seems like Precise is ducking everybody, according to people. You know, there's always fucking Rasplat says he's being avoided. El Dude says Precise is avoiding him. Precise, you're like the Floyd Mayweather, apparently, from what people are saying of the YouTube boxing community.
I must be, man. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
just retired for a couple of years. I'm gonna come back with a vengeance and pick on Hamed again.
Oh,
No. Anyway, listen. Let's move on from that. Let's stick to boxing on this
let's.
Easter day.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd fucking let everybody know that what time it is. He wouldn't mention my name, but I'm fucking saying it straight up, man. You don't fucking throw no disses.
I don't.
Fucking
Well,
say it, punk. You know, we're not.
Leave it alone.
But
Leave it
anyways,
alone.
moving on to the. Yeah, you're right. Moving on to the Granados and Danny Garcia. Damn, I mean, fucking Danny Garcia looked pretty good, to be honest with you. Just fucking something about Granados, man. I like the guy, but he's just shit end of the stick always, man. He just got fucking bad luck or something.
Anyway, listen, hold on. We're gonna get to that. But first, because again, we got limited time, so I want to get to everybody here. We got Gonzalo as well.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
No, don't worry. We got Gonzalo and we got Stu. So let's get Gonzalo real quick. His opinion. He got here first. Gonzalo, thank you for being on. And
Yeah, what's up, BDA? How you guys doing?
hold on. I gotta give a shout out to Tommy Temper, who just donated. He says it's karma how the Judah fight ended. LOL. Yeah, it's true, huh? That's another one. Karma with Judah. Khan also got. I mean, Judah got hit low, and they stopped the fight because of that. I think you know what? It's been 7-8 years since that fight, so I don't remember quite exactly the details, but I remember there was some shenanigans. Michael Stock donated as well, and he says, "Great show, you guys. Nice to be in during a live broadcast." Okay, so shout out to Michael Stock and. Oh shit, my computer is really slowing down here. And Tommy Temper, shout out to those guys for their contribution. All right, sorry about that, Gonzalo. Let's get to you real quick. What was your opinion on last night's fights, the results? What do you make of last night?
Yeah. Of this specifically the con fight.
Yes. Let's stick to that for
Yeah.
a moment.
Okay. What the narrative with the network is that Amir Khan had never been outboxed before. Everybody. A lot of people are saying that Canelo was dominated for the first 5 rounds when he fought, and that's not true. I rewatched it myself. Okay, so yes, Crawford did outbox this version of Khan, and I believe Khan, he won a round, and you could possibly give him another one. He did he did okay, but he didn't do enough. And Terrence Crawford, basically his style, what I see in him is he mirrors his opponents. He copies whatever his opponent does, and he just does it a little better when he's fighting that man.
Mhm.
And he was able to fight Khan in a way where whatever Khan did, he just did it right back to him and just got the better of him. So basically, outboxed him. But Khan had his few shots in there where you could tell that. I mean, Crawford can't get hit.
Right.
But what is there to say about the stoppage? I don't know. He's never showed signs of quitting before, but he got legitimately hit in the balls. And I mean, Terrence Crawford denied it at first. He said, "Oh, well, I hit you in the leg." How can you deny that if you're such a precise puncher? No pun intended. If you're such a if you're such an exact puncher that you're a sniper and you're able to hit people squarely and you know you're known for that. Like you know, how can you not know that you hit the guy in the balls? You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I got to say about that. So I mean, is Terrence Crawford a cheater? Well, he hasn't done it in the past. Why did he do that? Because did he try to like did he try to bring did he try to take the life out of him when Khan was mounting a little bit of a comeback? I mean, why did he do that? Is he gonna play the innocent part like he didn't know that did Khan was bringing it on? That's all I
Wait,
have to say
so
about that. Because
wait,
if we just got to keep this on the record, because if he did this now, we have to see what he does in his next fight when he fights a fighter that can bring it on, you know, a little thicker, a little heavier.
so you're
But
saying
yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
so you're saying Crawford did it intentional? That's the way you saw it.
Well, he lied because if you hit somebody in the nuts, you're gonna feel when you hit somebody in the nuts compared to the thigh. And if this
Uh,
guy's such an accurate puncher where he can place his shots really well, are you not gonna have the wherewithal to know, and especially as an afterthought, to think to yourself, I know where I hit this guy. I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm a boxer. I'm skilled. You know, I know how to place my punches. Why does he have to say, oh, that you know that I didn't hit him, you know, square in the nutsack, you know, that it
right.
was a low blow. I might be wrong in the heat of the moment. He might not have noticed that, but I just think that it's kind of funny that Khan was mounting a little bit of a comeback. Even his trainer said, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that he was adapting, you know, and he wasn't winning, but he landed a few very good shots. That's the round that I had him winning.
It
Right before the
actually,
stoppage.
Gonzalo,
Yeah.
it seemed to me, maybe I need to rewatch it, but it seemed to me that it was Crawford, the way Khan jumped in on him and Crawford dipped down. I think that's why he accidentally hit. I don't know if it was intentional, but like you said, it's a good point. Let's wait and see what happens if things start getting tough for him in his next fight or whatever, and see if he goes dirty. But I didn't really, I'm not going to call him a cheater or whatever, because I think it was just a matter of time before he caught Khan again. He was doing a pretty good job of making Khan miss. Khan wasn't as accurate as I expected him to be. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's.
because if they're gonna say that, that's just what Team Khan's claiming, that punch took the life out of him. And if it was, if it did do that, then obviously that punch meant a lot. That
Mm,
meant that you know that's what basically made him really quit. I mean, if we're gonna take him for his word and he quit because of that,
yeah.
I mean he that did the job. I mean, so you know.
Well, we'll see. I mean, listen, it ended in a weird fashion. We all knew it's a moot point at the end of the day because Khan wasn't supposed to win this fight. By the way, we got Stu and Cameron as well. Sorry, guys, no intros because I don't want to spend too much time. We got short time here, and I want to get everybody's opinion. So thanks a lot, guys.
Nice of you to recognise that we're here waiting. I thought I tuned into the Gonzalo show.
Now wait a minute, come on, you guys are talking all the time. I want to get to Gonzalo.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
But
I'm
anyway, good to
joking. But
good to have you. Yeah, good
what
to have
can
you
I
on board.
say?
Yeah, Stu, did you? So you ended up
So
watching?
what is,
Jeez.
yeah, I watched it, man. I watched
All right.
it.
Can we get your thoughts, please?
Fucking Amir Khan was terrible. Let's be real. Lunging in with his shots out of range, closing his eyes again, like I said. I mean, the first round, I thought, it's just, it can't get no more embarrassing than when he's fucking doing a dance in the first round. First time he gets clipped, he's on his ass. And it was, you know, it's amazing. I think just Terence Crawford wasn't great himself. I thought when you look at what he did to Khan in the first round, you was expecting that fight to be over quickly, but Khan was hanging around. I think it was Precise that said, one of them said that Khan was actually growing in the fight. He wasn't doing much, but he was growing. He was getting better. He was, like I said, he was holding the shots more. I think Crawford was slowing down a little bit as well. But I think with Amir Khan, you just looked on his face. He looked just like a man that wanted out. He was complaining about his hand after a couple of rounds. And you just know when a fighter starts saying, my hand hurts, it's a matter of time before he wants a way out. And I don't ever want to hear about Amir Khan being a warrior. You know, he'll fight anyone, never quits, because he fucking quit. And I'm the first to give Jarrell and everyone else stick for doing that. But Amir Khan has just joined that list of quitters. And yeah, he's with Rigondeaux, Walters, Judah, all them sort of guys that like to quit. Darrell, he's up there with them now for me. And Terence Crawford, like I said, I don't think it was a great performance from Terence Crawford. He did what I expected him to do: sit in the pocket and just throw bombs and just wait for one to deal with Khan. But yeah, it was very disappointing. I'm glad I didn't actually pay for it. I'm going to admit, for the first time, I was a cheap bastard. I wasn't going to pay for a fight 5 o'clock in the morning, especially with Amir Khan in it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was pay-per-view over there too, right? BT Sports box office, I think.
Yeah, that's it. It was pay-per-view, so
jeez.
Yeah, like I said, it was. I don't know. What's the feeling about Crawford? Because I'm getting mixed signals. I'm getting some people say, "Oh, he's a pound for pound great," and I'm getting other people saying they weren't impressed with that performance. They thought it was an average performance, and he's gone down on their pound for pound list. So it'd be interesting to see what people think.
Well, let me tell you what people in the chat room are saying, at least in this community, in the BDA community. People aren't impressed with Crawford, and they're just like you, they're really going in on Crawford. They're calling him, as he calls him, Can no mas. Overhand says Can has a glass leg. Triple JJ says glass hands, glass jaw. He's literally Mr. Glass from the movie Unbreakable. Virtuoso calls him Amir Rigondeaux. So you can see people aren't really all that impressed with Amir Khan. They're not giving him props for putting up a good fight. I will say, from my perspective, real quick, I think Terence Crawford did what he had to do. I think he showed good skills. I do think he dropped a little bit from the. He's definitely not the best pound for pound fighter in the world. That to me still goes to Lomachenko, and number 2 would have to be Gvozdyk at this point. But so that's my point of view. I'm gonna send a couple of more invites. So while Cameron, are you there? Cameron?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good to have you on board, man. Did you catch the fight?
Yeah, I caught it this evening. Just finished wrapping up actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I echo what Stu was saying. Can't quit in that fight. Massive get out. He knew that fight was only going one way, and he thought, I've just been low blow there. I'll get out of this fight now in the corner, and use this as an excuse instead of me getting knocked out, and I can kind of live to fight another day, because he can use this as a thing of saying, well, I got hit in the nuts. Anything could have happened if that fight continued. He's going to use that sort of motto to get himself another big fight. That's what's happening with that, in my opinion. I agree with what Stu was saying. Oh, it's about you need to meet your mic, bro. I just had a fucking car horn there. Yeah, Crawford. He wasn't vintage Crawford. I agree with what a lot of people are saying. He hasn't gone down in my pound for pound list. I still think he's a top 3, but he's not a top 2. I can't see how you can have him above Usyk and Lomachenko. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think Crawford went through the gears last night, but again, I don't think he had to either. I thought Khan looked pretty poor himself. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with Crawford, and Khan was just a get out to live a fight another day.
Yeah, from a pound for pound perspective, I think. Listen, people are going a little bit overboard from both sides. Some people are saying Terence Crawford sucks, and other people. We had some callers last night who were saying that he's the best welterweight in the world. I'm taking a Buddhist perspective on this. I'm taking the middle way. I think he's good. I think he's a top pound for pound fighter, but I want to see a little bit more. I want to see him fix a couple of those mistakes in there. Now, what does everybody think of what Stu said, that Khan is really just an abomination right now at this point? He's an abortion by
He's
quitting.
Trash. Amir Khan is absolute fucking trash, bro.
He is trash, man. It's trash.
He's a glorified gatekeeper. That's what I call him.
Has been.
And you can bet your life, the Kell Brook fight's there for me. People still want to see. No one wants to see you anymore, Amir. Call it a day. We're sick of seeing your fucking glass jaw get cracked. Get out of here, man. You brought nothing to the table. Lunging in, you fought like a scared rabbit. That's what you fought like. And like I said, you're lucky that Crawford really he's not a monster puncher, because if that was a big puncher, I think even Spence would have slept Khan that night. Khan was
the reason why I still enjoy watching Khan fight is because he gets slept, and it's like it's a great moment for not as a Khan fan. But last night he even robbed us of that. So what's the point of watching Khan? As flawed as he always was, as bad as he always was, and he wasn't that bad, right? Now he is. His one redeeming fucking quality was his heart. And in this fight, even that was gone. So I don't want to see this guy again, man. He robbed the fans. He needs to get the fuck out of boxing, man. I saw
a scared man in there. I saw a scared man when he got dropped, he looked over to his corner, and I just saw the fear in his eyes. And he thought, "Fuck me, I don't want much more of this. How do I get out of here?" And he was complaining about his hands early on. And when a fighter starts talking about his hands, then we're in trouble. He's going to quit. And it was just, like I said, he got hit with a low shot. Well, people saying, it was at the side of the leg. But it's the cut things that you have around you. You glance the cut from the side of the leg and it pushes into your balls and it fucking hurts. So I'm convinced Amir Khan was hurting. But let's be real, a true warrior would have took his 5 minutes and at least give it a go. Amir Khan looked around. Virgil Hunter was sitting there with a towel, waving it around, and Khan nodded their head. Yep, throw that in while you're there. And that's it.
I always try to give fighters the benefit of the doubt. You know me. Khan has put on some very good performances in the past. He's fought everybody. I'm not going to label him a quitter just yet, because I do believe that if he listens to Virgil Hunter, if Virgil Hunter would have told him, listen, go out there and keep fighting, I think he would have done it. He's just an obedient fella. And Virgil Hunter said, it's time to call it quits. And Khan just said, all right, I'm not going to argue with you. But if they would have told him
he quit, bro. He quit.
Yeah.
I think he falls short of Hall of Fame status.
Oh, you think so?
Definitely.
Whoa.
I don't know if Gotti's in already, but Gotti's much better.
Whoa, wait a minute. Skills-wise or from Hart's perspective? Because I don't think anybody will deny from a Hart perspective.
Just the fights he's put on and, just the fact that, just to go out like that and the way he did and to have been knocked out so many times and that's what I think about him.
He's not getting in unless Loman Peterson gets in first. Come on. Like this, he's so far up from Hall of Fame. It's not even debatable, man. It's not even worth fucking mentioning him as a potential candidate. And if he does get in, well, then Hall of Fame ain't worth a dick.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's got to be a standard.
It's interesting because I was going to ask you last night, but I just forgot during the whole malarkey. I wanted to ask if Khan's resume is good enough for the Hall of Fame. Because remember, the Hall of Fame, they've lowered their standards quite a bit in this past 20 years. So, but obviously you guys believe that he shouldn't be under.
I think he should, man.
No.
Well, I mean, think about it. Shane Mosley's probably going to make it.
I mean, maybe not being subjective. I'm not trying to be different. I actually think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not even a fan of Khan either. Like, I'm just not. But I can't really sit here and say I think his resume warrants a place in it. To be fair.
Yeah, listen.
Let's be real. I don't want to hear this Kell Brook fight. Get the fuck out of here with that fight. It's not pay-per-view. Khan don't deserve no big more paydays. How many times are we going to fucking give this guy a payday, man? Get him the fuck out. And he's been rubbish for years now. 2012 was the last time this guy held a title, I believe.
It was when he lost Garcia, yeah.
I mean, get out of here, man. This guy, it's amazing how he's conned the living out of us boxing fans. Because, this guy's been getting 5-6 million a pop, and getting 8 million against Brook. He was getting offered, and what does he bring? Absolutely zero to the table when it comes to boxing these days. He was a good fighter back in the day, but not anymore.
All right, so let me ask you this then. We've Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, they've gotten their gimme fights out of the way, so we got to go back to the same subject we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. Crawford Spence, if it happens based on their last fights, who does everybody have in that one?
Yeah, but it's not happening, BD.
No, but
that's what I'm saying. If
hypothetically,
I got a feeling, right? This I'm just putting in Crawford might fight Kell Brook.
Yeah. Do you know what?
That's not a fight. That's gonna happen.
Crawford don't have many options at the moment. He hasn't. There's not a lot of guys out there that are going to fight him that are not with PBC. So Kell Brook was there last night, I believe, at the event, and that'd be a good fight. Kell Brook gives Crawford a lot better, a lot harder time than Amir Khan does. That's for sure. It'd be a better fight.
At 147 though, can he make 147?
Yeah, but he can.
Yeah, but then you could judge Crawford's performance against Brook with Spence. That's what you usually do. You get one opponent, they're both fighting.
Right, hold on.
Kell Brook looked washed up.
Hold on, trap. I gotta introduce you, man.
You was there praising the Benavides fight or something like that. This is what I mean about it. Is that trap media?
Who was praising the Benavides fight?
No, I'm just saying that you're the sort of guy that praise that sort of opponent, but then not Kell Brook.
No, not that. I love Kell Brook. But the Kell Brook I love is not. I didn't see in the last fight. And Benavidez, he was on one leg. Like I don't get no credit for
Exactly, but what I'm saying is, if Benavidez can get a shot and that glass chin can't, why can't we put Kell Brook in there? There's not.
Oh
many
no,
options,
Kell Brook,
right?
no. That's it's nobody over there. So he's gonna have to fight Kell Brook.
Kell Brook's gonna get his ass whooped too, bro. That ain't even fucking nah. Come on.
I think it's competitive, man.
Hey, Johnny, let me tell you something now, Johnny. Kell Brook will give him a lot better fight than Manny Pacquiao will.
Yep, prime Kell Brook.
The
Kell Brook. I would have him over Brook.
I don't know about that.
The Kell Brook that I seen last fight is no good.
But
guys, hold on. It's starting to turn into a Jerry Springer here. Hold on. We can't talk. Everybody can't talk at the same time, right? I gotta put a handle on this. All right. No disrespect, but it's because.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Johnny boy? Hold on a second. Hold on. We gotta maintain some
BDA,
order
your
here.
volume's really low, bro.
Really? Fuck. All right,
Yeah,
hold on a
your
second.
volume's low, man. Maybe it's just me, but.
All right. I think you're right, man, because nobody can fucking hear me. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Hopefully
it is
this...
low, BDA.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, it's better.
A little bit better? All right.
Yeah.
Shit.
A little bit better, yeah.
All right, because I don't want it to sound too hot, so I'll try to step away from them. All right, let's get to this then. So I want to hear. I think Gonzalo wants to say something. Actually, let's get to. Sorry, let's get to John.
Say this too. Can he make 147 pounds comfortably?
Well, that's what his plan is. That's what he's got. I don't think he wants no part of Jared Hurd at 154. To be honest with you, it looks like I don't think he fancies them guys at 154. I think he's gonna, but he can make weight when he's doing it properly. The fact is, the reason he struggled with the Spence to make weight was because he came down from 160 pounds. Let's not forget that he fought Triple G at middleweight and he blew up. And on the night he probably was 175 pounds. So, and that was all muscle sort of thing. So he had a lot of weight to lose. He's had a lot of time to adjust. You get a proper nutritionist. He's better at 147. I think if you put him up to 154, them guys just might be a bit too big, a bit too strong for him. And I think I think it's a good move for him.
BDA, can I give you my 2 cents on this whole thing real quick?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you got a full house here, but listen, bro, all that shit about not Crawford, Amir Khan's got he just don't got a chin. He's got all kinds of crazy heart. All that bullshit just went out the fucking window, bro. I've been hitting the balls in sparring before. When nobody says nothing about it, bro. Like, come on, man. You got to keep fucking trucking. He should have took his time, collected his fucking beanbag, and got back in there, dog. No, there ain't no fucking excuse for that. I'm sorry, bro.
I was going to chime in.
Gypped. Go ahead, man.
What's that?
I was just going to say I didn't even pay for this shit, and I felt gypped, so.
I didn't either. Per se.
I was going to chime in on the Brook thing, and the Brook Crawford. I agree with Stu. I think Brook... it's a good fight for Crawford at 147. A lot better than the Khan fight. I think Brook, his best days are done, you know what I mean? But I think Brook has got the accuracy, he's still got the power, and I think at 47, he's a big welterweight. He's never had an easy cut at 47, but I think if he lands on Crawford, I think it gives him problems.
Let's be real. He gave Spence his hardest fight, Cam. He gave Spence his hardest fight.
Yep,
I agree.
That was prime Brook, though. That's what I'm saying. That Brook I didn't see last fight.
That wasn't.
But it's like if he
that Brook gives anybody problems.
Yeah, but
that wasn't
everyone has a bad day. Go on. What was you going to say?
I was just like, look, if we can't get any of these PBC chumps, hype jabs in the ring with Crawford, I don't want to see no fucking Colossal. Give me Kell Brook.
I think Danny gonna have to go over there because if I'm Keith Thurman, I don't have no interest in the rematch.
These guys, right now. Bro, come on now. These guys, they're not fighting anybody from Top Rank.
And if I'm Spence, I have no reason to get in the ring with.
Look, bro, you're gonna have to get real with this shit. Look, when Pacquiao was across the street, when Pacquiao was across the street, I don't care what you're saying.
Trap, let him finish, man. Fucking hell. Does Trap let anyone talk or what?
Can you guys still hear him? Because I tried to mute him.
No, we can't hear him now, but he wasn't letting anyone talk.
Okay. Guys, we got to keep some order here, right? Please.
Look, when Pacquiao was on the other side of the street at Top Rank, he was trying to make a fight with Bronner, Danny, and all these other guys. It wasn't happening. As soon as he came over to the PBC, everybody wants to fight him now. And that's just the way with Bob what Bob Arum says, look, I know he's a shady motherfucker, all this other shit, but when he's telling you that Al Haymon doesn't want to make these fights, I'm on board with that by now, because we've been watching this shit play out for like a decade now, some of us anyway. And it's always been Al Haymon that's been the fucking putting roadblocks up. He's been the guy that's wanted to monopolize boxing, and he's still got this dumbass dream going on, or at the very least, he's pissed off at Bob and doesn't want to put any of his fighters in a ring with any of the top-ranked fighters. So, Danny Garcia ain't fighting Terence Crawford unless it's on fucking Showtime, okay?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Like I said, all these guys in the chat saying, "Get the fuck out of here, Kell Brook. He's a bum." I mean, you guys are all emotion. You haven't got one answer for me though. Who do you want instead? You got to put the politics involved. We can't just say, "Oh, well, I want Danny," because Danny's not coming over. Spence is not coming over. I mean, Crawford hasn't got many options, and I think when you break down the options he has got, Kell Brook, all right, he had a bad day at the office last fight, but I know for a fact Kell Brook in training camp for Terence Crawford, when he's on the ball and he's got a big fight ahead of him, I've got a feeling he'll train properly for this, and it'll be a very, very hard fight for Terence Crawford. You know, you guys that write Brook off because he had one bad day at the office. You know, who has he got to fight?
Oh yeah, Brook want to fight. He been calling for it. He definitely want to fight.
What guy can we? Even if we say, well, fuck Kell Brook, he ain't good enough. I want someone to name me names, because these guys don't want to see Brook, but they've got no one else to fucking tell me about. So,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the Brook fight. I'm not mad at it, but
obviously Brook and Danny Garcia. I'll tell you that.
But I'm saying Danny has the most incentive to go over there, because none of those guys have. What reason would I want to rematch Danny right now? And if I'm Spence, why do I fight Danny if he don't got a belt? So go over there, try to get you a belt, and then you come back to the table and you got more to talk about.
Fuck the belts. Fuck the belts, man. Fuck the belts. You don't need the belts. I don't understand.
It's not about what they want. Sorry, BD. It's not about what they want, because if they're gonna make those fights happen, enough money's got to be on the table that they can split between the two networks, and that's the only way they're gonna do those fights, where they have enough money to split between the two networks, and then it makes business sense to them. The fighter can want all he wants, but if he can't split the money, and plus they're gonna want big paydays, these fighters, you know. So,
but who was Danny gonna fight? If Spence is gonna fight Porter next, Thurman is gonna be busy with either tuning up or Pacquiao. He's the odd man out, so he might as well go jump over and try to get a belt.
yeah, but then they got to split the money between two networks, and they're gonna want these. You know how Danny is. He's all about the money, and it's got to make sense.
I think they said they was gonna give him $5 million or something like that. I think that's what Top Rank was talking about.
Well, that sounds good.
And it's the perfect storyline, because he lost to Bud in the amateur, so it's not like they don't have history. The Spence thing is not happening right now. That's not happening until like next November, because they're trying to get leverage. He's gonna get the other 2 belts and then come to the table with 3 belts so he can be the A side in negotiations. So that's not happening. Thurman and Porter.
Why can't Danny fight Bronner or Figueroa or Errol Spence? Why can't Danny fight any of these guys? Why not?
Spence has no incentive to fight Danny right now. He don't have a belt. Same thing Danny told Spence when he had the belt. Go get a belt. Then
who else is going to fight? Who else is Spence going to fight if he doesn't fight?
He about to fight Porter next. He about to fight Porter next.
If he didn't fight Porter, who would he fight?
He's fighting Porter next. That's the fight.
But you just contradicted yourself, because you're saying he doesn't have a belt. Well, then why should Crawford? What incentive does Crawford have to fight him? He doesn't have a belt.
No, because there's no names over there. There's no options, so you can go get.
There's Kell Brook.
Yeah, fight Kell Brook. I'm not mad at that fight. Like I said, you still got your panties in a bunch about last time. Calm down. But yeah, I'm not mad at the Kell Brook fight.
I have no idea what you're talking about, kid.
Danny go over there, great. If Kell Brook,
it's just anytime you come on, dude, you're always contradicting yourself. You're always saying shit that don't make no sense.
No. If Danny goes over there, fine. If Kell Brook gets the fight, fine. But right now, none of those guys on the other side haven't sent him to fight Danny. 2 of them already beat him, and he don't have a belt for Spence, so it makes no sense.
Right, and he don't have a belt for Crawford either, does he?
Who else Crawford gonna fight outside him?
But he doesn't have a belt, does he?
Nobody else over there.
But does he have a belt?
Neither does Kell Brook.
So hold on. Let me just say something. Let me interject here. Hold on. Let me interject here. Let me interject here. Then let me interject. If the belts matter, I mean, if the belts don't matter, then who cares if Danny Garcia needs to get a belt? Danny Garcia doesn't need to get a belt. The guy's fought everybody. He comes with knockout power. He gets clean wins. He doesn't clinch. He doesn't stall. This motherfucker is legit. I don't give a fuck about the belts. I think that's what people need to remember. Fuck the belts. You don't need a belt to face it.
No, I'm saying you don't care about.
Okay, but hold on a second. Please don't
clearly
interrupt
Well,
me.
you
Please don't
care about the
interrupt me.
belts when
Please
it's
don't
just
interrupt me.
convenient.
Please
When
don't
like
interrupt me.
you're trying to make a point, then
No,
the belt makes sense. But then when
Keep going, Precise. Keep going. I think I muted him.
right now.
Can you guys still hear him when I mute him, or?
No.
All right.
Danny Garcia.
Well, he's
it's
still
kind of
going.
hard
Jesus.
to talk when he like I could hear him in my headphones. I don't know how I could fix that. You know,
All right.
it's like you said, BDA, fuck the belts, man. But my thing is this: people bring the belts up when it's convenient, and then when you flip the argument around, it's like, oh well, there's all these other reasons why the belt all of a sudden doesn't matter, or it doesn't make any fucking sense. Look, Danny Garcia's not coming over to fight Terence Crawford. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, we got to keep it real.
Anyway, my whole
I
point.
wish it would, but it ain't happening.
My whole question was Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, and we ended up talking about Danny Garcia. I mean, I don't know, and Kell Brook too. Fuck those guys. I'm talking Errol Spence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fuck them.
Terence Crawford.
We're not gonna get Spence.
That fight's not gonna happen, bro. You know it ain't gonna happen.
I know it's not
It's
gonna
pointless just talking about it.
Until
It's
next
pointless
year,
just getting excited about it. Hang on a minute, Chuck. It's pointless just getting excited about it because let's be real, we know how politics work, especially the PBC fights. There's no chance in hell they're going to go over and do you think Arum's going to let Crawford, one of his biggest stars, go on and fight on ESPN? It's not going to happen. So that fight's never going to happen. It's pointless talking about it.
First
And
of
if
all,
somebody's
man,
crossing the street, why not Spence? Why we got to settle for Danny Garcia, who just beat a nobody? So fucking what? If somebody's crossing the street, if they're going to be working together, well, then we know what fight we want to see, right? There's only one fight.
Yeah.
Fuck all them other guys. So
All right.
it's fucking pointless.
listen, I'm a bit of a tease. I like to talk about fights that might never fucking happen. All right, so don't fucking fault me for that. I just want to talk about an interesting
I'd rather
fight.
talk about Dave Allen stopping Lucas Brown than
Yo, listen. Let me say one thing real quick. I know we got a full house, like I say.
Yes,
It's
please.
not Terence Crawford's fault that fucking Haymon, is hiding his boys under the fucking in the closet over there, dog. I can't get mad at Crawford for that, dog. You heard, fucking. I'm glad fucking Grandpa Bob went off on him. He's like, "Hey, come sit down with me and let's make business, you cocksucker." Fuck.
Yeah, you know what?
Bro.
At the end of the day, let's be fair. We don't know who's really stalling. Well, at least I don't know because I'm not following. I don't read the quotes and I don't read the periodicals and all that. But both teams, promotional teams, need to get their act together and make this fight because I think it is the most interesting fight in boxing. All right. With that being said, I want to talk a little bit because I don't know if you guys saw I don't know if everybody saw the U.S. Telecast from. So please, guys, don't forget, if you're not going to talk, mute your mics, please, all right? Because then we get too much background noise. I was going to say that the broadcast from last night from ESPN had to be one of the worst and most biased I have ever seen. And I thought they were actually... I used to think the ESPN broadcasts were better than HBO. Fucking when Shakur Stevenson came in... First of all, Shakur Stevenson was complaining prior to the fight that he should have been the co-main event and not Teofimo Lopez. So he comes in there against a tough... He comes in there against a tough... Christopher Diaz, right? He goes in against a tough Christopher Diaz, and he put on a very good performance. Look, this is boxing. It's not a street fight, so he boxed pretty well. But then you saw the difference of why Teofimo Lopez is headlining. He's brash, which is what people like nowadays in order to make a star. Ever since McGregor and Mayweather came out with their thing, he hits hard, he puts guys out, and he's got skills. Shakur Stevenson, he's more entertaining when he's fighting in front of the 7-Eleven against drunk people. When he's in the ring, he's your standard boxer. And he barks, which is what I fucking hate. Yeah, when he's punching. Shut up, you're not a chihuahua. Just do the thing and that's it.
That's an amateur boxing shit right there.
I know, man. But anyway, what did you guys think? Am I the only one that saw ESPN being completely biased towards Shakur Stevenson?
No, BDA, they were, bro. And Shakur Stevenson ain't shit in the streets, dog. Fuck out of here. That kid ain't beating nobody's ass in the street.
Shakur Stevenson, I think that motherfucker's actually got some pretty good skills, man. I mean, he's still sharpening up his tools. He got skills. Yeah, I think that boy might even fuck what's that fat fool's name? Tank
Davis, yeah.
Yeah, Tank Davis. I think fucking Shakur Stevenson will give him a run for his fucking money.
I think he'll beat him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I agree, but I mean, again, I nothing to fuck. Again, boxing right now is at a position where it's like for fucking straight up newbies, straight up, like they ain't fooling nobody, man. Nothing but mismatches. We haven't got a solid fight since fucking Triple G Canelo. So it's
Well
all
done.
basically bullshit right now, man. Kell Brook is nothing to fucking brag about either. Man. That shit.
And that's my point. It's like we're seeing these guys in nothing but showcase fights, and we want to call them pound for pound. Like, where the
Exactly.
fuck are these people coming from, calling these guys pound for pound? Based on what? Who did Terence Crawford beat? Did he ever
Jeff
beat a
Horn?
legit welterweight? He never even fought a legit welterweight. But they're saying he's the best welterweight. Based on what?
His
That's ridiculous.
his best win
I mean,
is probably Jeff Horn.
Didn't Amir Khan arguably lose to Julio Diaz?
Yeah,
This,
he did.
this,
Arguably.
this is the fucking level. Well, this is the level Khan's at. Figure to Khan, the BBC got a 17-year-old kid and hyped him up to the max, and he's gone with it. You know, it's made him a lot of money. He had no business making the money he's made. He's not good enough. He's had one real top performance against Madonna, and in the end, he was hanging on for dear life. How he survived, I'll never know. And that was his best performance. This is a guy that got beat by Lamont Peterson. Yes, Lamont Peterson was cheating, and some people could say Khan nicked it on the cards, but he shouldn't have made it that close. So then the day, he's just not that good, Amir Khan. He's a name, and that's it. And sometimes this is where boxing is. We've got fighters that are big names that are not very good. It's not how good you are these days. I mean, you get a lot of world-class fighters that, like Lomachenko, man. I mean, Lomachenko is not a real big draw. I mean, there's lots of empty seats in his fight with Crawler, and he's an amazing talent. One of the best I've ever seen. Yeah, he's not a draw, but yeah, you get some fucking bum like Broner who acts like a clown who can barely string a fucking punch together, and he's a money maker. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's show business. I've said it before, and I'll keep on saying it. And it's interesting because the whole thing about Teofimo Lopez is, I don't like, again, like I said, I don't like the brashness. But when first of all, Timothy Bradley, this is what I want to get to. Timothy Bradley was saying that Shakur Stevenson, he would favor Shakur Stevenson over everybody at 126. And he was pretty adamant about it. And I'm thinking, come on, Timothy, I don't know what the hell you're smoking. I don't know what you're injecting up your ass, but it's not good, man, because it's going up to your brain. This fucker was saying he would favor Shakur Stevenson over Leo Santa Cruz, Gary Russell Jr., Carl Frampton, Warrington, and then Andre Ward. You could tell when Max Kellerman started saying, after Teofimo Lopez got his win, he started saying, well, that's the reason why he's, compared to Shakur Stevenson, he's more favored as a prospect, blah, blah, blah. And you could see Andre Ward probably seeing himself in Shakur Stevenson, a guy who's willing to do whatever it takes to win, except knock somebody out, unless he's hitting him in the balls. And you could tell, I don't know if it was just me, but I was observing Andre Ward, and I'm thinking, this guy promotes Shakur Stevenson. He knows he's never going to get the love that a guy like, even Teofimo Lopez, even though he's a bit of a jackass, at least he knocks people out, he's entertaining, and people love him for it. You know what I mean?
That's a great point, BJ. Great point, man.
And by the way, we got Recognize the Matrix on the line. Recognize, are you there?
Oh shit!
What's going on, people? What's going on?
What's up? What's up?
By the way, my boy Crawford got the PVC welterweights on the run.
That's right. Speaking on the run,
people upset.
Speaking of on the run, Trap Media dropped off. Trap, come back because I wanna. If we have time, I wanna get back to you.
Trap is back.
I wanted to ask him about Jarrell Miller at one point because he was pretty high on him, but now he left. So anyway, listen,
boy.
Recognize your take, please, on, because we're talking about Teofimo Lopez right now, but real quick, if you can give us your take on Khan Crawford.
Khan's a bitch, and Virgil Hunter is a weird character, bro. I don't trust that guy. Like them two together, straight the fuck up. You should have. Maybe I should have not been surprised the way it ended when you got Khan and you got Hunter together. And Andre Ward calling the fight. Anyway, so
recognize Virgil was a beaten man before the fight even started, though. Even in the press conference, he just looked a beaten man. He knew Amir Khan had zero chance.
Well,
and he
know what?
I don't think he even made an effort with Khan. He couldn't wait to fight the towel.
There's some validation for that, man. Because go listen to Andre Ward the week before that fight when he was calling the Lomachenko and Crawler fight. He said, look, Virgil Hunter is ready for this? Virgil Hunter is the greatest coach in boxing, right? He's the greatest trainer, and he said, but I don't know if that's enough for Khan versus Crawford. Like, that's your guy. He was kind of like letting us know that, look, man, we don't really trust Khan. We know he's really there to lose. He's not really there to win the fight. And in terms of the fight, man, it was a tactical fight. I don't see the big deal with Khan winning some rounds. I mean, if you call that winning rounds, okay, I'm okay with that. The fight was tactical, and there was one clear aggressor, and that was Crawford. So to me, he was winning every round, just about. The stoppage, look, man, he bitched out. I mean, I don't even know if it was him or his corner. Either way, it's Khan taking instructions like, look, we're not gonna fight. If Virgil Hunter says there's no fight, there's no fight. And that's a TKO. That technically is a TKO. He hit him in the side of his leg, man. I mean, yeah, okay. Could they have pushed up on his balls a little bit? Maybe. But is it that enough to like make him say, I can't fight? They were looking for a way out.
Well, let me ask you this.
An opponent.
Recognize real quick. Did Khan quit?
Yes.
My pussy hurts.
Yes, yeah, bro.
My pussy hurts. I can barely walk some days.
Khan quit.
Hey, BDA.
Yes.
Hey, I asked Trap Miller yesterday on Twitter what he thought about Baby Miller, the whole Baby Miller situation.
I want to hear from him.
And he responded, he said, I'm totally against any fighter cheating. Looking back, it makes sense because the things we praised him for was the giveaway, being able to move like that at that weight. Then he said, hold on. Then he concluded by saying that I want all top 10 fighters in each governing body to be tested year-round.
That should be, in theory, that should be done. But, that even if it's year-round, like, who was saying last night about they do it at night? They inject their shit at night. So when the day comes, it's out of their system. So even 360 might not work, man.
Yeah, Jarrell Miller is the EPO and the HGH champion of the world.
Oh.
Khan got hit in his pussy and quit, period.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of periods, because now we're talking about Khan again. Let's go to the who got it right. Let's see. Bucha said Crawford by unanimous decision. I don't think so. Stu said Crawford by 8th round stoppage. All right. Almost. Johnny Boy said 8th round stoppage for Crawford. His dad said Crawford in the 10th round. Gonzalo said Crawford KO or TKO in the 10th. Recognize said Crawford stoppage in the 9th. I guess if you inverse the 9, it could be a 6. So I guess almost got it right.
That's right. That is 100% right, BDA.
Jimmy said Crawford by stoppage in the 8th. Precise said Crawford controversial stoppage in the 9th. Well, at least he got the controversial part right. And guess who?
Yeah, Pete, that was almost accurate.
Yeah.
Pete
I was thinking about that. He got that sort of right, didn't he?
Well, I'll tell you who did get it right. Pete and myself. We got it right.
Oh my God!
That's right. Let me tell you something right now. You people should really listen to BDA. I think I've proven. I think my track record speaks for itself.
That is pride.
But anyway,
I'm gonna have to review that podcast to see if you're telling the truth.
All right, go ahead. I even got the timestamp, by the way. I think because I was so excited. I actually.
No one actually thought though. No one actually thought that Amir Khan was going to do that because look, yes, we've seen him. We've seen him get sparked down the canvas before, and Precise said about being a controversial stoppage. Well, I think it was more about the referee stopping it early, but no one actually thought that that Khan was going to actually quit like he did. I mean, we've never seen any evidence of that before, and I think that's what's it's the little opinion I did have of Amir Khan is just totally disappeared because I think even worse of him now.
Crawford looks like a big welterweight, man. Everything looks big on that dude. His gloves, his feet, his shoulders, his head. He's just a big ass welterweight.
They're fucking weight bullies. That's what they are. All of those fuckers are big. Spence, him. They're all in the fucking category where they're not supposed to be.
Can we talk about the real weight bully though last night? Teofimo? I mean, come on, man. That is a weight bully.
Fuck, dude. I can't wait till fucking... That guy is tailor-made for fucking Loma to kick his fucking ass.
Dude, he
moves in one of those fucking angles and fucking Loma's gonna catch his fucking jaw. I can't wait till fuck. I don't like that fucking kid, man. I don't like
I
his
can't
style.
stand
Like
him
his
either,
fucking,
man. Ain't nothing to like about this dude. He's acting like he's already achieved something when he ain't done shit. He's a fucking weight bully, man. He's 21 years old and he's barely making 35. Crawford was
Well,
making Crawford was making 35 when he was still like 24, 25, and he was always a legit welterweight. These dudes, man, these dudes are cheating. Fuck that. I mean, look, if you can make the weight, you can make the weight, but don't tell me he's a good fighter. Don't tell me he's gonna be pound for pound one day when all he's doing is bullying little bums, man. That's all he's doing.
I've seen shades of Broner with this kid. Very flashy, very good when he was beating up kids half his size and going up the division, sort of thing like Broner did. As soon as he came up against someone that is his own size, had a bit of fight in him. We saw what
yeah, that's
happened.
how it is, though. That's how it is. Most fighters look good until a certain point. They get to that
Exactly.
certain level, then it's done. Boom. That's why so many people complain about Lomachenko. Oh well, fuck, this guy was fucking really good and do and fucking Lomachenko just makes them look fucking lame, you know. And after that, they look good again. So it's just
It's
it's
true though.
fucking. Lopez is gonna look good, maybe 2-3 more bumps, and that's it. Throw him against some real fighters out there, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like
he's got no
he's
shortage.
a talent. He's definitely a talent, but Broner was a talent at one time. It's these kids that talk too much. They usually get found out eventually, and I see the same happen to Lopez.
He just walks through your punches and you can't take his shots, which is exactly what Bronner was doing with these. He was getting pieced up by fucking Frankie Cabbage, as he called him, and then he just landed one uppercut and it was all over. You know, like come on, man. It's not even a fair fight. And as far as like guys like Teofimo, I mean, yeah, he's talented. I want to give him credit, but like, quit talking all that bullshit, dude. You ain't doing anything. You just fought a bum I never heard of. I never gave a damn about. The dude was hitting you, and you were just walking through his jabs like it was nothing. And as soon as you touched him, he fell over. So it's like, what am I supposed to be excited about? Nothing. And he's calling out Spence, and I say, fuck it, give it to me because they're about the same size.
That's the other thing.
Wait, Teofimo called out Spence?
Yeah, he said I'll fight Spence. I'm like, of course you will, because you're the same size.
Spence is like 180.
Spence.
Well, Bay Area in the chat saying that Lopez is too big for Loma, but we've seen Loma fight bigger guys before and take them to the cleaner. So I don't think size is going to be too much of a problem. I think that Lopez is going to use his reach and his size like Linares and Pedraza did. I think he's a different sort of fighter.
Maybe he is too big. Let him work his way up into a Mando spot or win a belt, and let Lomachenko fight him in like a year or two when Lopez could barely make 135. Let his big ass drain himself to 135, and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
He's not sticking around. He's moving up weight
right.
inside.
But the thing that's pissing me off, he's like, oh, you got to fight me right now, Loma, because I could barely make the weight. Like, fuck you, dude. Fight him in 2 years when you're draining yourself to make 135.
Fucking
you know what I mean?
Behavior, yeah.
Exactly. That's what pisses me off about these guys.
When he goes up to 140, he's going to have some serious problems there because them boys are big boys and a lot of them. And they can fight.
You know, so he's gonna end up like Fernando Vargas. But I mean, and Fernando Vargas was a good fighter. He was better than a lot of people gave him credit for. But he was biting off way more than he could chew too early. Like, fought Ikote, got away with that, right? He beat Ikote. Then he's like, I want Trinidad. He almost pulled that fucking fight out, but he took such a beating in the end that he was never the same. He was game, but what Fernando Vargas didn't realize was, dude, you're like 2 years away from that where you could probably take these dudes out. You know, like you're just, or maybe a year, just a year, a couple of fights more. Teofimo's gonna push the envelope, like maybe fight a decent fighter, like a Comey, and beat him, and say, give me Lomachenko right away. Give Lomachenko a good fight where Lomachenko is prepared for this, and Teofimo is not, and he's gonna get hurt really bad.
It's a good point. And let me tell you something about that. Man. Well, let me tell you something about that because you guys are making very good points regarding Teofimo Lopez's entitlement. This guy is Danny Garcia, Angel Garcia 2.0 because at least Danny Garcia keeps his mouth shut. This father and son duo, they're both assholes. Now, I don't know if they're both assholes in real life, like towards the fans or whatever, but I think also what they're doing is they're trying to hop on the Mayweather-McGregor type of hype train where they start talking a shitload of shit, hype, They knock out nobodies, and so they start building up a high profile. But you make some very good points regarding the weight limit, because supposedly BoxRec has him listed as 5'8". Now I don't know about you guys, but last night he looked to me to be about 5'7", maybe 5'6.5".
He's a Miguel Cotto, man. He's exactly the same size as Miguel Cotto. He's draining himself to make this shit. Come on, man. I'm just sick and tired. Did you hear what he said? Him and his pop said about Lomachenko. Lomachenko doesn't think in the ring. He's gonna be easy work because he doesn't think. Yeah, come on, man. I can understand. Look, man, I can understand hyping yourself up. I get it, but you could be brash and you could be respectful. You could joke around, say shit about your opponents or potential opponents. Say that they ain't shit and be like, nah, I'm just playing. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, but I'm gonna beat him. I got no problem with that. But saying this dumb shit where you haven't done anything, you haven't proved anything, I don't respond very well to that, man. I just don't.
I think
they don't got no respect.
His dad's a major problem for him. I mean, it's just when you need to ground this kid, you need to ground him a little bit and tell him what reality is all about. He's got his dad that's making it even worse for him. It's like the Anthony Yard, Junde, whatever his fucking name is, his manager. It's not going to be good for him in the long run. And this is the thing about boxing. Any old crackhead can be a trainer. You just drag him off the street from his crack pipe and stick him in a boxing gym. I mean, he's a trainer, isn't he? I mean, it wouldn't happen in any other sport. And I think this is going to be. I think Lopez to move on to the next level might have to say goodbye to his dad soon.
Yeah, I agree. You know what though? There's something about people from. He's from Honduras.
El Salvador.
Right? El Salvador, Honduras.
No, Honduras.
So I don't know if you guys remember the people from Honduras.
Oh shit! What the fuck happened? All right, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties here. We've been having some technical difficulties, so the hangout just shut off. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try to get this back on track here. And Bucci, if you're listening, you know we're having some trouble here, so bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, it's interesting. Everybody's giving a good, interesting take here on the whole Teofimo Lopez. I like Teofimo Lopez in terms of his skills, but again, that's you can like somebody and still hate this new what's it called? This new wave of let's talk shit and get ourselves a high profile before we've even actually done anything. You know what I mean? That's what I dislike, and I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that dislike it, and I don't think there's anything wrong with disliking it. It doesn't make you a hater. I know, see, that's the thing. Nowadays, you can't criticize anybody without being called a hater. So, in other words, what some of these people, because I'm seeing some of that in the chat, come on. What do you want? Do you want a world where nobody criticizes each other? Everybody just keeps their mouth shut? No judgments? See, that word judgment, some people go, oh, judgment, it's a bad word. It's a perfect word. Some people need to be judged. That's what I think. Could be wrong. Ah, fuck. How do I restart a fucking Hangouts here? Can't start another Hangouts. Hold on a second. Alright. Trying to reconnect. Anyway, let's listen. Well, I'm trying to fix things here with the Hangouts. So before we continue, let me just shout out to people in the chat room. Nopal says Hondureños about to take over. They are the new Mexicans. Is that what it is? Alright, hold on a second. I'm trying to communicate here with people in the Hangout. Sorry guys. Tech difficulties with the Hangout. I'm trying to get this. Shepard says, tell us a story, BDA. Well, Shepard, I heard what you wrote, by the way, in the Hangouts, and in the chat room, and you said that can't quit just like BDA did in Vietnam. First of all, I didn't quit. Anybody can tell you that. Anybody can attest to the fact that I don't quit, especially in Vietnam. And if you really doubt what I'm saying, go ask some of those Vietnamese people what I was all about. Alright. Shit, how do I fucking create a Hangout here? Oh yeah, people, Michael Studd saying, talk about shooting dogs. People were talking about shooting dogs last night on the fucking Hangouts. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna create another Hangout because I'm trying to do it the new way, but I can't get it done, so. Chris Gonzalo says, BDA needs a Google Hangouts for dummies. You're the dummy. What do you think about that? Alright, hold on a sec. That wasn't my best comeback, but that's all I got because I'm doing two things at the same time here. Hold on a second. All right, I'm sending a couple of more invites. Just, I think we're going to end it because I don't know what's going on here and I can't juggle a whole bunch of things at the same time. So I'm going to get people on this hangout, which is a bare bones version, and then we're going to call it a day. Who else am I missing here? Hold on a second. Sorry about this. I'm trying to get Zapata. I don't see him in the hangouts. I see. Man, this fucking hangout is full. All right, is everybody back? Anybody? I'm the only one. All right. Meanwhile, I gotta keep talking because the rules of broadcasting are to never have any radio silence. I forgot Gonzalo. There we go. Gonzalo the Creeper, as they like to call him in the Philippines, because he's always going around taking pictures. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard. He was kidding, by the way. He was kidding about that last night. He's not going around taking pictures of people on the street. All right. So let's just put it that way. Zapata, I can't find you on the Hangout, so send me an instant message on Hangouts and I'll send you the invite. Who else am I missing? Who else was here? By the way, how come people can't access the Hangouts? Ah, fuck. Alright, you know what? We're gonna have to end it then, because I don't know what's going on here. That I'm sending people invites to the new Hangouts and it's they're not answering. I don't know if it's not working because it's connected to the fucking YouTube stream. But I said we were just gonna go for an hour, and we did go for an hour. So but the conversation was getting good. I really like where the conversation was going regarding Teofimo Lopez. But that's life, guys. Sorry about that. This was a special BDA Boxing Easter edition. Oh yeah, Foxstrike says Google's gonna shut their Hangouts. They're not shutting us down, I don't think. Hopefully. No, if they wanted to shut us down, they would have shut the stream down. I just think that Google, because I'm broadcasting via Google, the Google Chrome right now, and there's been some trouble. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But Shepherd Sons to start another one. Now, we were gonna go an hour either way. We're just gonna go an hour, so it's really about time we end it. But I want to give a shout out to everybody who was here in the Hangouts. I'm talking about Trap Media, Cameron, Stu, Recognize, who else? Gonzalo, Zapata, Johnny Boy. I hope I'm not missing anybody because my Bucho was here. Obviously, he's my co-host. Who else was here? Somebody else was here. Precise, I said, I think, and the usual suspects, really. I want to give a shout out to Tommy Temper, Michael Stock, and Virtuoso. Virtuoso, I didn't get to read his message. He says, Virgil Hunter is the type of guy who watches you sleep. Yeah, that's that. He's a weird guy, man. He's a weird guy. Chris Gonzalez says, that's what BDA gets for buying a computer from Rakuten. Do you know what would be the worst combination? A computer that you buy from Recognize and Gonzalo's internet connection. No, actually, sorry, not Gonzalo, Stu's internet connection. He's really got a bad connection, Stu. He lives in a first world country, by the way. Anyway, guys, enough bullshitting. I want to thank again everybody that was here in the Hangouts, everybody who donated via the super chat, Tommy Temper, Michael Stock, Virtuoso. And I want to thank everybody that was here listening as well. Let's give a shout out to everybody. Hopefully we can come back during the Hopefully we can come back during the week and recap what we were saying regarding Teofimo Lopez, because I really like where the conversation was going. I want to give a shout out to Michael Stock, Azzy, Overhand, Eric Rosas, Stu, Steven Schneider, Bay Area, California, Overhand, Eric Rosas again, Raslot, The Funk, Tapus, Joe Lopez, Bay Area, California, Overhand, Scholar B, Major, not the minor, Azzy, Ganstas, oh, it's been a long time since Ganstas was in there, Wags, Bay Area, California, I already said, ZMM, Black Lomachenko, Shepherd Sons, Quags, Roddy Davis, Jason Bourne, Gerson Medina, Young Paulito, The Fox Strikes, shout out to The Fox, Overhand, Shepherd Sons, I already said, Fight Scout was there too, Triple JJ, and Michael Scott, I was gonna say Michael Scott, Gypsy Boxing Style was here, you gotta come back, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, Rodnell, Jacob Hamley, Jay Perez, you guys know who you are. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. Happy Easter. Enjoy Sunday. We'll be back for more fights next week and in the middle of the week. Enjoy the weekend, like I said. And we will see you on the next one. Take it easy, fellas.